Hey everybody, it's Rico Suave here. In my last video I talked about power monitoring. Today I want to talk about emergency power available. So one of the first emergency power packs I got is an emergency power station. Alright, this bad girl right here goes with me everywhere I go. Anywhere I go in my truck, my vehicle, she's always with me, and I always have her just in case I need her. So what's so special about her? What can she do? Well, she can put out 1200 peak amps, so if you're trying to jumpstart a bigger vehicle, a truck, tractor, she's going to be able to facilitate that for you. As you can see, she has a USB port right here. This USB port puts out 2 amps, so that can definitely charge any USB device you have at a very fast, quick rate. You see right here, she has 120 volt outlets, so you have the normal wall outlet that you would see here, and then you also have the cigarette lighters that you would see here. She also provides 400 watts, peak watts, so that's good. She comes with a emergency light right here. You can see it's pretty bright. She also comes with a air compressor, so she can compress the air. You can use this to fill the air on your tires, a beach ball, bike, air mattress, what have you. She can facilitate that as well. And right here, this is going to turn on the jumper cables, and then the bottom here is going to turn on your power. So why is this so important? Well, I find it very important, like I said before, to have power on hand. If you need to charge your immediate now devices, appliances, this is going to do it for you. If you're driving on the road and you need to jumpstart your vehicle, you're in the middle of nowhere, you don't have anybody to rely on to use jumper cables, she's going to be able to facilitate that for you. If you're trying to help somebody else, she can facilitate that for you. If something happens and you're all alone and you need power, she can facilitate that for you. No maintenance needed on this battery. It is an AGM all glass mat battery. That means it's self-contained. So there's no need to take it apart and do the distilled water and stuff for some of your other batteries that you have. So altogether, she's very strong, sturdy. Like I said before, she goes with me in my truck everywhere I go, and she can be charged right here, and we'll get into that more in a second. So let's say you hit a snag in the road for whatever reason. We can call it natural disaster, economic collapse, zombie apocalypse. I mean, those things are never going to happen, right? Our grid is totally sufficient, and there's no such thing as zombies, people. But anyway, let's say you were pretending, right? Or an EMP blast and you threw it in your Faraday cage. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm having fun here. But for real, let's say there was some kind of situation that caused you and warranted the need for you to have emergency power. Great. You've been using your emergency power device, and now it's getting a little low, and you're now going to plug it into the grid. Or let's say that you have a bunch of solar panels and you have some way to plug this bad boy in. Perfect. What can you do? Take this little port, pull the port out. You can see it has light, so I have power. Snapped in. Green. Green means it's charging. And while this device is charging, depending on how much you used, right here, we can see the current power gauge. And right now, she's all juiced up. She has 100% power. So that's one way of powering your device. But let's say that you're running low on power and you don't have the grid anymore. And let's say it's wintertime like it is now, and your solar is not pulling in any power sufficient enough to really make a dent in your emergency power. You're running low. What else can you do? Well, there is an option. Stay with me. Hey everybody, it's Rico Suave here, and let's say you cannot plug into the grid. The power's out, you don't know when the power's going to come back on, and you've been using your emergency battery packs to make sure that your essential items, appliances, devices are plugged in, charged, and functional, and now you're getting to that time where energy's getting low, power's getting low. What else can you do?
Well, with my truck, I have the ability to connect it to 400 watts through my inverter. Plug that in. I have the green light, meaning that I am now charging. So as long as I have fuel, I can continuously charge this device. So if I have full tank of gas, around 18 to 20 gallons of fuel, I'll be able to charge this thing for a little while. Also, I have cigarette lighter in the front, I have USB ability in the front. So while this vehicle's on, I can take full advantage of all my electronic ports. I can take full advantage of all the power that this truck can give out to me. So keep that in mind as well. Just because you may not have a tow package like my vehicle does, where you can connect it to that 400 watts. If you have a cigarette lighter, or if you have a USB, anything that you have, if you have fuel, you can turn that vehicle on. You can get essential power that you need to your devices. Because remember, 2 is 1, 1 is none.
Power available, power available, power available is very important. Very important for ultimately your well-being, the survival of you and your family, for those small instances that could turn big, whether that be a tire goes out, whether that be that your battery is dead because it sat too long, you're at work too long, you come out and your battery's dead, and it's at night, there's nobody there to help you. Self-reliance, peace of mind, those are things you can't buy. Like I said before, you cannot buy that. You have to make that. You have to forge that. You have to want that. And the only way for you to do that is by taking steps A through Z, and if you need to, AA through ZZ, to continue to make sure that you have those abilities at your disposal. Remember, it's all about options. If one avenue closes, you make another avenue. Once that avenue closes, you make another avenue. You trace back around and you keep making yourself options until you have something that you can use consistently. Or if consistency is never part of the plan, you can continuously adapt and overcome to any situation that you may come across. So for me, it's very important. I keep my power pack with me. Like I said, everywhere I go, everywhere I travel, that power pack is with me. Because it's like anything else. I would hate to have to use it, but if I was in a situation where I had to use it, I'm glad I have it. So as always, long live the Republic.